available in as many languages as possible. And on that note, I would like to give the floor over to our next speaker, Wadzanai Ndlovu, Mrs. Wadzanai Ndlovu.
Thank you so much, everyone. You see, us are the old people where we are speaking about learning digital literacy skills, and it comes when I'm very old and I'm trying to get myself on the Zoom platform and everything. Thank you for sharing that, Anna. Before I start my presentation, I would like to thank my predecessors. There is Umonti and Ukembiso, is it? You mentioned pertinent issues, which is number one, browsing history. Are we talking to people about the browsing history? How important is it that you maintain your browsing history? There is information on infographics. What are we sending as infographics? I'm coming from Internet Society, South Africa. So are we sending enough infographics? In as much as we might want to talk, is it established or we mentioned the multilingualism aspect of it? We might speak it in English, but are we saying it in a language, or are we putting the pictures that are important as well? So I'll start my presentation. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wadzanai Ndlovu. I'm an African. I always laugh with people. I'm an African by birth. My mother is Sotho. My father is Xhosa, but then we grew up in Zimbabwe. So here I am in South Africa. So in today's digital era, our lives are, they are entwined on the online world for now. We are going to be enjoying the convenience and the inconveniences, the opportunities, then also the downside of the opportunities that we get because of the internet and the internet opportunities. So my presentation is also going to be on the importance of us in online, the importance of us is, I would say we are custodians in a way. If I'm wrong, please correct me. Us, because we are educated, we also want to take this down to our grassroots level. If it's was also always saying grassroots, we have to take it down. It's not everyone who is in a position where they can actually get information. So now let's look at the digital landscape. In the digital landscape, we are looking at the widespread use of internet. We are looking at when COVID was there, people had to start looking for jobs on the internet. People had to start getting confirmations, internet, work, work information on the internet. So how are we trying to navigate that when someone is just using a phone? Maybe they've got an iPhone, but they don't know how to use it. How are we as the custodians of the internet in a way, making sure that our users are going to be able to watch, to begin to see the bigger picture when it comes to the digital world? Do we know what the global population is that is connected to the internet? Connection to the internet is not just about being on Facebook, being on WhatsApp, being on Twitter. It's about also using it for our socio-economic benefits. And then we are saying these social media platforms, they are hubs for sharing our lives. They are sharing our lives. How are we sharing our lives? But they are also an extensive part for us to be online when it comes to being present. How are we marketing ourselves? How are we looking for jobs? How are we growing? How are we enabling ourselves to grow? So I'll come to online threats. What are the online threats that we have when we come to the common online threats? There is phishing. You know, when someone sends some fraudulent emails, I don't want to lie to you. This is a personal email, a personal, what you call it. I went through this. I got an invite to go to the US. They said you can come, you can present, because they know I'm someone who speaks on the internet and everything. Okay, you can come, send us your email, send us your passport, send us everything. I was doing all this, I think for about 6-7 months. And then on the 8th month, they said you have to pay 700 rands for us to start processing. But no, not 700 rands, 700 US. That's going to be money. And then that's when I said, I thought these people are inviting me because of my expertise, my portfolio and everything. But they wanted 700. Then I had to start going back and to try to understand. So I could see these are people just that are just fishing to get money out of me. And then we are talking about malware, malicious software. We've got we know about malicious software, where people just try to come and talk you out, and then they sell you information that is wrong, or maybe they try to sell you software that is wrong. And then cyberbullying, cyberbullying, I'll attack it from different angles. I'm Wadzanai, I'm from Internet Society. I'm also part of gender standing group. A lot of women are being cyberbullied as women. We are being cyberbullied. We are being asked for information. We are being trolled on the internet. This one is too fat. You can see I'm a good woman. She's too fat. She's too ugly. She's what? Let her go and start. Let her go and bad, and then she can come back to talk to us. And then there is also people who the LGBTQI. People who are not associating with one gender or whatsoever. They also get that criticism, especially if you go on Twitter. Twitter is one place, I'm sorry for saying this, but Twitter is one place that is very, 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 very malicious when it comes to people, when it comes to gender, when it comes to people of different genders, and also when it comes to people who want to express themselves, whether it's political or whatsoever. We all know how, even in South Africa, many celebrities have been bullied there. Then threats can lead to financial loss. Yes, it's true. Personal information exposure and emotional distress. I'm talking about emotional distress. And then some people can actually ask for money from you. And then we need to stress the need for you knowing what you are doing when you're online. You are a human being, you've got every right, however gender you want to associate with, whatever job you are working with. Some can be political, some can be driving a certain agenda. When it comes to internet, we are looking at the different SDGs that are there. So you still need to be aware, and you still need to caution. Go back to the rights. I'm from Internet Society. I always say I'm with Internet Society. I'm looking at connecting the unconnected. I'm looking at this. I'm trying to make everyone available on the internet. But when you are available in the internet, no one is supposed to bully someone in a way. So let us look at the common online threats. So what is online threats? Online threats is when I am Wadzanai, I'm Zimbabwean, I'm here in South Africa. And then I get some connotations here, but you're supposed to go back to your country, something like that. I should define online, when it comes to online activities, when it comes to the internet, we have broken all barriers, we've broken all national barriers. We are a global community. And then we should also try to discuss what is phishing, how are attackers using our information to steal, to steal information from us, to steal money from us. And then we can also talk about the dangers and disadvantages of malware and how you can protect each other. And then cyberbullying is something else. Right now, I'm going to speak about Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is holding elections. A lot of women withdrew. Now we are talking about Mali. Mali in Niger, they are going through what do you call it, a coup. Don't quote me. A coup, whatever, what is happening there. So a lot of women are being sidelined out of it. We are also going to be talking about also the other countries that are looking down on women on their participation on the internet governance, and then on their participation even in just a WhatsApp group or a Telegram group or whatsoever. I will go to slide number 4, which is password security. So in password security, we just want to alert each other. Good one. We just want to alert each other. What password are you using? You can't have the same password for 5 accounts, number 1. Are we very careful when it comes to password security? Are we going to be, I'm sorry for that. When we are going to be speaking about password security, how are we secure in our password? Are we still able to manage our accounts? So creating passwords that are very important. It's creating strong passwords. It's like building a solid bundle to your digital life. Combine the letters, numbers, and symbols. So you need to have letters, numbers, and symbols. Most of the time you are told by a password manager, put this, and this, and then they can actually help you. And then just enhance your protection with two-factor authentication. If it's on WhatsApp, if it's on Facebook, just try to do that. So when we're looking at password security, there's always that prompt where they say put some password. It has to be a capital letter, low letter, put a comma, put that sort of thing. We need to teach each other. Not that the password manager should manage your password, but you should also know whenever you're setting up a password, you should know you need those characters, those 5 characters that are important. And then we need to enhance with two-factor authentication. I'm in a lot of WhatsApp groups, a lot of women groups, and then they say, how do I know if my WhatsApp is being hacked? How do I know if someone is hacking my password? You don't need to be asking that, because if you have got a two-factor authentication, you might have, if it's your husband or your boyfriend or your mother or whatever, they can have the first one, but they can never have the two-factor authentication. So let's also try whether it's on WhatsApp, even on our Gmail. My Gmail also needs two-factor authentication. So let us just try to teach each other on password security. Password security, you just don't need to have a password which says, my firstborn is Michael. So if someone is going to try to look at my password, however they are going to try to type it, they will start looking using my name or my son's name or my husband's name. But then if they get it right, it's fine. But use the two-factor